Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and get this kicked off. Welcome to Team Fusion Aftermath Getting Started 101, your fast track guide to Sapphire. We're going to be going over some really valuable information. We're going to go over in detail the entire Team Fusion system, step by step, what you have to say, what you need to do, and the psychology behind it. This is really going to give you guys a huge lift off in creating momentum, creating your story, and having fast success in network marketing in Kiani, especially in Team Fusion. I'm really, really excited, guys. The reason why I joined Kiani is because a gentleman by the name of Charles Rudaball, he was in a previous company for 9 years, and he built a team of 6,000 representatives. And when he told me that he was leaving all of that, his six-figure income, to start from scratch with Kiani, I was blown away. I didn't need to see the product, try the product, look at the comp plan, know about the company. I was in automatically. When you told me that we were launching here in California, I was in. It just so happens the products were amazing. The comp plan's the best I've ever seen. This guy has literally helped someone generate $1 million in 4 years in network marketing. Now, it's one thing to do it yourself, but it's another to show someone else how to do it. So his leadership is absolutely impeccable. He is a legend in this industry. And watch, he's going to be the first double black diamond in this company. So I am just so blessed. We are all extremely blessed to be able to work with this gentleman. He's helped 23 people make six-figure incomes, and he's just a true expert and an authority. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him up. He's going to go over a fantastic mindset training and what you need to do to get your business off to success. So here he is, 30-day Ruby, Mr. Charles Rudaball.
Thank you, Mr. Byers. You guys, I'm really excited to be on this call with you guys. My voice is just starting to come back. Got sick earlier this week because I've been working myself to the bone. Been making sacrifices for my team. It's my first 90 days in the business. We don't have time to stop. We don't have time to slow down. I don't have time to be sick. I can be sick in my 4th month. I can be sick in my 5th month. But I'm not allowed to be sick in my first 3 months. So I got to keep making it happen no matter what. So my voice is just starting to come back. If my voice cracks on me, don't make fun of me. I'm not in puberty. I'm just coming up over a cold, but I don't let that stop me. I'm going to be here and do my best to deliver for you guys right now anyways. We are recording this, so the goal is for you to be able to listen to this right now and also to be able to go back and listen to it again. You want to have a pen and paper out. You want to take notes, but you also got to listen to this again. Here's what I can guarantee you. It's almost impossible for you to remember and digest all of this information in one sitting. But here's also what I can guarantee you. If you can remember and digest all this information, you will do everything right and you will explode your business. So you're going to want to take notes. You're going to want to listen to this 2, maybe even 3 times. It's worth it. I don't recommend sitting around watching all kinds of videos on your back office, trying to learn things. I recommend watch this 2 or 3 times and go explode your business. I'm going to jump right into it. You know, my experience with another company for 9 years tells me this, that when you join a company, you got to follow their system. That's why I went to Italy, to Rome, to check this company out and learn the system. That's why I flew to Dallas, Texas, to go to the region and learn the system. That's why I drove 22 people, 21 plus myself, out to Dallas, Texas last weekend to learn and perfect the system. And that's what we're going to get to you guys today. Mr. Matt Byers is going to go over the language of the system. Mr. Chad Raber is going to go over the actual logistics and the links that you're going to send out, how to go online and track everything and utilize your online websites and back office. But what I'm going to go over is your attitude and mindset of how you approach this business. Because it doesn't matter what network marketing company you're in, it's still network marketing. And so there's a lot of similarities between any company. The fundamentals are the same. The process will be different, but the fundamentals are the same. The principles of the industry never change. So here's what I want you guys to understand first. It's not about you. It's about the vehicle. You know, it's not about you. It's about the vehicle. What does that mean? It means that don't worry whether you have success under your belt already. Don't worry whether you've been successful in another company or not. People are having more success in this company who have never been in network marketing before than some people who have success in network marketing in the past, because those people have to relearn and unlearn bad habits. So it doesn't matter whether you have, industry experience or not. It doesn't matter whether you have sales experience or not. Preferably you don't. It doesn't matter, whether you think you know a lot of people or whether you have certain personality traits. What matters is the vehicle. What do I mean by that? It means that just because, look, if you're trying to go to the moon, a tricycle will not get you there. That would be impossible. No, nothing's impossible. No, I'm telling you, trying to ride a tricycle to the moon will be impossible. But if you have a rocket ship, hey, that's what's designed to go to the moon. And I'm telling you this, if I was going to race across the country, let's say there was a race from San Diego to New York City, and I'm not a professional driver, but what if you gave me a Ferrari? Well, a Ferrari is designed to go 100 miles an hour, no problem. And what if I was racing against a professional race car driver? But we gave that professional race car driver a 1985 Datsun pickup truck. Well, I don't care whether he's a professional race car driver or not, I'm going to win because my vehicle is designed to go fast. But a job is not designed to go fast. A traditional business, a job is not designed to retire you rich and retire you young. This is. The old company I was in was like trying to ride a bicycle from San Francisco to Los Angeles. Not impossible, but it's hard. And, actually I did that. I used to be a triathlete, Ironman triathlete. I actually spent 5 days, rode my bicycle from San Francisco to Los Angeles, and it was hard. Not impossible, but hard. But I'm telling you guys what, a car would have made it a lot easier. An airplane would have made it a lot easier. And I'm telling you, this is like an airplane from San Francisco to Los Angeles. It only takes a couple hours. Here, this is what this business is like. It's about the vehicle. But some of you get on this call, you're brand new, maybe you're nervous, maybe you're reluctant to really get started. You're in the business but not really excited about taking action yet because you're nervous about what to do, and your car is in park. Well, I'm telling you, a car that's in park is not going anywhere. And some people have their whole life in park, and they're just staying where they're at. Do you know anybody that's in the same position, financial position right now as they were 5 years ago? Do you know anybody that's in the same relationship situation as they were 5 years ago? They're still complaining. They're complaining about their crappy job they hate, but they're not willing to do anything about it. Well, I'm saying don't let that be you. Be willing to take action and take your car out of park. Some people, maybe hopefully not you, I doubt anyone on this webinar has their car in reverse. But some people in life, as you go out there and meet them, they literally are in reverse. They're looking through the rearview mirror. Imagine trying to drive around your car all around with all your Saturday afternoon chores, in reverse. You're going to get in car accidents. Cars aren't made to drive all around in reverse. They make that rear view mirror so small so that you're not staring at it all the time. The windshield is so big because that's where you're supposed to be looking. We're supposed to be moving forward. Some people are so focused on their past, they can't let go of it. They're giving more energy to their past than they are to their future. You want to give your energy to the future and focus on where you're going. Now, some people in life have their car in neutral. But having your car in neutral, I'm telling you this, you're only going to move forward if it's downhill. But if it's uphill, you're going to be moving backwards. And I'm telling you this, anything worthwhile in life, to move up the success ladder in life, you have to be intentional. And it's an uphill battle. Anything you want more than what you already have, better, greater than what you already have, it's an uphill battle. And if it's uphill and your car's in neutral, you're not going to move forward. You're going to be going backwards. We got to put our car in drive. You got to put your car in drive. And everybody on this webinar, I would imagine, has their car in drive. And if you don't, then by the end of this webinar, I promise you, you will be ready to put your car in drive. You're already on this webinar, so I know you're in drive. But now it's time to shift gears into a higher level. Shift into another gear and go into overdrive so we can get there faster than you ever thought possible. So first of all, I want to cover a couple logistics. First thing we're going to want to do as we actually get started in the business, we want to change our auto ship to the first. Auto ship. That's your reoccurring order of product that you're going to order every month. And we want to change that auto ship to the first. Why? Because we want to have our whole team auto shipping the first. So we start every month with all of the volume from everybody active in the business, and we move forward to earn our promotions from there. And, I just changed my auto ship the other day from the triangle to just 3 boxes of the sunrise and a sunset, because I got a whole cabinet still full of nitro. When I joined with the $12.99 pack, I also bought another $1,000 worth of product. Major. And all of you can completely ruin your start by ruining your social media game. So stay off social media for the beginning, and I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to tell you how to maximize social media. Number one, don't blow it by being loud all over social media. What I like to tell people is if you build it, they will come. Just go build your team. Don't try to use social media to recruit people when you're brand new. That's not the system. That's not what we're training you on. Don't get ideas. Follow the system. Just go build your team the way we're going to show you. I believe it's important for your contacts to find out about this from you directly, not through social media. I remember when I found out my little sister was pregnant on Facebook, and it didn't feel good. You don't want your people to find out you're in Kayani from Facebook. You want to talk to them directly about it so they feel special. So don't post anything until you've made your first paycheck. I would say don't post anything until you've made your first few paychecks. And obviously, don't ever show your paychecks or post pictures of your paychecks on Facebook, on your personal page. Never do that. Also, never be defensive. Never be defensive. You do not want to have once you do start making money, once you do start having success, once you do, after you've gone through your entire warm market, and you start, starting to put some stuff on Facebook, don't be defensive. You never want to have a defensive posture like, oh, I saw this post a couple days ago. Oh, to all you out there who thinks that this doesn't work. Well, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Who would post that? Like, use your brain mouth filter. How is that going to attract people to you, right? No, I saw somebody posted, to all you who think that we're selling snake oil. And then he started to put this long rant about how great the product is. And it's basically assuming, it's just so wrong for so many reasons. That's not the posture we want to have on social media. So, next, don't solicit for customers. Don't post a bunch of stuff about products. Don't post your links where people can buy your products. Don't post about nutrition information about the products. You're not going to solicit people for customers. It doesn't work, and it'll just annoy people and turn them off. Do not announce events. Do not post PBRs. Don't post event information to try to get people to come to your events. Don't post event information inviting everyone to your event. They won't come. They're going to be annoyed by it. Only announce events in the Team Fusion California Facebook page, not on your personal Facebook page. We got to be exclusive. Keyword, exclusive. You posting a message on Facebook on your personal page about your PBR, saying, hey, everybody come to my house for this business meeting. Nobody's going to come. Everybody's going to be annoyed. And now when you do personally talk to them, they're going to be like, oh, is that what I got to do? That thing that you were talking about on Facebook? No thanks. This is all such basic common sense. And if you're not already thinking along these lines, definitely keep paying attention. Also, on your personal pages, here's what you do want to do. Just show success. Just show lifestyle. Show, when you're shopping at the mall, planning my next purchase. When you're at the car dealership, planning my next purchase. Do not post a picture of you standing next to a Ferrari and post something, making it seem like it's yours. That's unethical. Don't allude to things that aren't true. So if you're posting a picture of you next to a Ferrari, say, someday this will be mine. And be honest and upfront. Don't try to lead people to believe that you got a Ferrari that's not yours. That's not honest. So be honest, okay? On the Team Fusion page, post meetings. Put pictures of PBRs. Put pictures of you working hard. Post things like, hey, working hard, on the grind. launching people. Welcome to the team. Hey, welcome to the team, John. Welcome to the team, Doug. Welcome to the team, Sam. Welcome to the team, Angel. Right? Welcome to the team. Pictures with you and your new team. But on your personal page, just showing success, just showing lifestyle, showing having fun, showing being successful, showing buying new things, showing going on vacation, being attractive. Never post pictures of paychecks. Never post how much you've earned. It's illegal, and you can go to jail for that. Okay, when you sign up a new IBO, a new independent rep, a new distributor, take a photo selfie with them and you, with you and them, and post this. Hey, me and my new business partner, we're about to get rich together. Oh yeah. Something like that, right? And then add them to Facebook and add all their friends. You'll see why later. Yeah. Next, think before you post. Very important. Before you post, one of my guys just last night sent me a message. She was like, hey, I was thinking of posting this on Facebook. Is this good? And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. Perfect. I mean, if you want to run everything by your upline, that would be smart in the beginning till you get the hang of what's good to say and what's not. But you want to think before you post. Leaders never show anger, worry, fear, doubt, or frustration. I'm going to repeat that. Write it down. Leaders never show anger, worry, fear, doubt, or frustration. So you get fired from your job. Don't post that. You get a flat tire on the way to a PDR. Don't post that. You have somebody, doesn't join your team when they said they would. You don't post anything about that. You just post, oh yeah, lots of things are happening. I'm excited, right? We're not going to post negativity. Why would anyone follow you and join your business when you're frustrated because it's not working? And the only reason it's frustrated because it's not working is because you're not following my advice right now. And you're not following the system. So follow our advice. Follow the system. It's going to work and you're going to be fired up. And you're going to have lots of positive stuff to post about. Also, only positive. No politics. No religion. Be careful. You don't want to turn people off. People will turn you off when you start posting about religion or politics. Don't do it. I turn people off when they post stuff that's negative. I turn people off when they're posting about, terrorist shootings. I don't want to see that crap. I don't want that in my life. Don't turn people off with stuff that annoys people. Be positive. Be positive. If you're obnoxious on social media, people are going to think to themselves, do I want to do what this guy's doing? Do I want to be like him? Do I want to post what they're posting and be like them? No matter how much success you have, they're not going to want to join you if they think that's what they have to do. So you don't want to miss out on a red diamond joining your team just because you've been being too loud about your political beliefs or because you've been posting negative stuff because you had a bad day at work. So never lie or make up success. Be authentic, be attractive. People should be asking you, what are you doing? You look like you're doing so well and having so much fun, having so much success. What are you doing? That's the game you want to have on social media. Post all lifestyle and fun life in your personal Facebook. Post working hard, doing PBRs and events in Team Fusion, California. Also with Cold Market. When you prospect the lady at the bank, when you prospect the guy at the checkout counter, when you prospect somebody you're standing in line behind at Subway, and you cold market them, try to add them to Facebook as soon as possible. That way, even if they don't join you, they'll be watching you. And you'll be able to sign them up 6 months from now and come back around. Last, don't put Kayani stuff all over your page. Don't post Kayani pictures and Kayani all over your page. If that isn't obvious to you already, then I don't know what to tell you. So that's important. That's real important, guys. Social media, you can totally ruin your entire warm market by not following these advices. Okay? Now, 72-hour game plan. The 72-hour game plan. The 72-hour game plan. The 72-hour game plan. We want to hammer through our short list within 3 days. Hammer through our short list within 3 days. What's that? Our VIP 20. I'm going to tell you how to run a VIP 20 in just a minute, but we want to get through our long list in our first month. What's our long list? Our long list is our list of 100. We want to get the momentum to grow for 90 days. We're focused on a 90-day blitz. And the first 3 days are important. The first 30 days are important to build that momentum for 90 days. All momentum comes from new blood. Write that down. All momentum comes from new blood, not trying to motivate people. Just go out there, recruit new people. You know, when your long list dries up, you're going to be a sapphire with your new car. And now begins the second wave of momentum. And if you follow our system and you adjust to the system and don't try to modify the system to you, you will be a sapphire your first month. You will have success, and you'll be able to come back around and recycle through that list and recruit a whole bunch of people in your second 90 days that you couldn't recruit your first 90 days. But your second wave of momentum in your second 90 days, I'm telling you, you'll be able to go back through that list with even more confidence, telling your success story and even more fear of loss. People are going to be afraid to not join you when you've already got success under your belt. So follow the system, have the biggest success you can in your first 90 days, to have the best story you can to come back around to that list in your second 90 days. The second round of recruiting will get everyone off the fence. Once you go through your list again, I'm going to have a whole new group of added momentum to keep me busy for my second 90 days. And you will too. Now, your third wave of momentum, we're going to actually be able to teach you online marketing strategies to pull leads off the internet. But why would somebody who comes to you off the internet want to follow you when you can't even sign up 2 people? When you can't even sign up 3 people and go Jade. So first, go Jade, 3 people. Second, go Pearl, warm market. Go Sapphire, warm market. Learn the system. Be able to become a leader. Be making $5,000 a month. Be making $10,000 a month. So that when we teach you online marketing strategies and you're pulling people from the internet, they're wanting to follow you because you're already a leader. And now you can help them because you already have the language and you already have the skills and you have the answers to their questions, and now you can lead them effectively and they'll follow you. So, your story. Now we're getting into the meat and potatoes. Your story is so important. Your story is so important. Your story. What is your story? That's your experience. I'll tell you my story. I stole my snowboard and put the rest on a credit card just to get into network marketing 9 years ago. And in 9 years, I built a team of 6,000 people. I walked away from it all to start over again in this company. I did not bring anybody over from my other team. I brought none of my active team over. Actually, I brought one person over to my team, but she had already quit that business like 2.5 years ago. So I didn't bring anybody on my team over. But I'll tell you what I did do. I followed this system that we're going to lay out for you. And I went Jade my first day. I went Pearl my second day. I went Ruby my first month. I went Sapphire in 2 weeks, and I went Ruby my first month. That's my story. I made $3,500 my first month. You want to create your story, and you're going to be telling your story forever. Your story will make you millions. The $3,500 I made doesn't matter. Just spend it. Who cares? But the story will make me millions. The story is what matters. You're not going to work really hard your first month because you need to make a few grand. You're going to work really hard your first month to create your story. You want to go fast. You want to be a monster recruiter. You know, if you go fast, everyone watching will have to join. And you want to go through your VIP 20 list in your first 3 days. I'm going to talk about how to make your VIP 20 in just a second. But you want to stay up late. You want to work hard. Your first week, you want to go all out. You want to set the pace. It's going to be worth it. You know, I knew I had only one chance to have my first 3 days in the business. I had only one chance to have my first week in the business. I had only one chance to go Sapphire fast. I had only one chance for my first month in the business and create my first month success story and my initial momentum creation. Why would you sacrifice that? Why would you blow that? Why would you dibble-dabble and beat around the bush and go slow? Go all in. Jump all in. Jump in, dive in head first, and go all out massive action, AOMA. Speak with confidence, with attitude, with big plans, big goals, big dreams. Here's where I'm going. You'd be crazy not to follow me. You know, FOMO people, FOMO, fear of missing out. Make them afraid of missing out. You know, fear of lost people. You know, make them afraid, fear of losing. What are they afraid to lose out on? They're going to be afraid to not follow you if they see that you're serious about where you're going. That's how you build this thing in your first 30 days. That's influence, ladies and gentlemen. And this business is built with influence, contact base, and credibility. And you're doing this anyways. I tell people, look, I'm doing this anyways. And you'd be smart to get in with me at the top of my team, period. Because I'm going to build an army underneath you. I'm going to put my whole team underneath you. Invest in me. This costs less than 1 share of Apple. Invest in me. You know I'm going to do this. You know I'm going to build a big team. I'm serious about this. And in 6 months, you're going to be wanting to join, but you're going to be at the bottom. Right now, you want to be at the top and have all those people below you. Trust me, is what I told people, and they got in. Believe me when I say I'm going to the top of this company. That's the language you want to have. Your first week matters. Your first month matters. Your first 90 days matters. How fast you get to Sapphire matters. And you want to get your free car because it matters. When you're driving around a paid-for car, first of all, in Team Fusion, 75% of people that drive a paid-for car, Sapphire paid-for car, go Ruby within 90 days. Second of all, if you're driving a paid-for car, well, I guarantee you there's not a whole lot of jobs and corporations out there giving away free luxury cars as part of their perk package. So a lot of people will be attracted to this just by getting a $500 car payment for a new car. You know, they're driving around a hoopty that they can't afford to fix because they don't make enough money at their job. And if they could just have a new car, they could feel rich. So it's important to do that. You're 90 days away from financial freedom. And this is about 2 years and done, folks. This is not about working this hard for the rest of your life. It's about working really hard for 90 days so that you can be 2 years and done. And also, last but not least in this topic, sell the value of your top 3 spots. Sell the value of your top 3 spots. You got to get in at the top. I put my mom in at the top. I put my sister in at the top. You got to put people at the top. They're going to override everything. Sell the value of the top 3 spots. Don't sell the business. Sell the value of your top 3 spots. And don't end there. After my top 3 spots were filled, I'm still telling people, you got to get in at the top. I'm still in my first month and a half. I'm still in my first 2 months in the business. And I guarantee you, a year from now, when I have 5,000 people on my team, anybody that signed up in the first month is going to be in at the top. You know, even if you're on my level 5, that's at the top compared to level 55 or level 555 a year from now. So anybody that gets started your first top 3 spots, your first month, your first 90 days, they're getting in at the top, and they should know the value of that. And if you don't sell the value of that, you're just not getting it. So as I move in forward to the system, which Matt Byers is going to outline in detail, the language in detail, I'm going to give you kind of the philosophy behind the system. It's called Peak, Present, Train. We don't pique people's interest and present to them right on the spot. We don't pique someone's interest and explain it all to them and then try to train them all on it right on the spot. We pique their curiosity and we get their phone number. We pique their curiosity and we see when they would be willing to take a look at some information. We don't explain it. We pique their curiosity and move them to the next step, which is a presentation online webinar. Then later on, after they join, then we train them. We don't train them before they've joined. We don't train them before they've seen the webinar. We don't train them just because they're interested. We pique them, we present to them, they join, then we train them. Very important. Don't talk about the cost when talking to people. When you're piquing interest, at no point in our piquing process will Matt Byers go over explaining how much it costs when you're piquing interest. He will not do that. We don't do that. What does it cost? It costs 25 minutes of your time. We don't talk about how much it costs because most people are broke. And broke people focus on cost, not value. We should be building value, helping people understand the value of it before they know the cost. So they understand what they're getting for their money. Example, if I told you I could sell you a Lamborghini for $10,000, you might think to yourself, well, I don't have $10,000, but that's a Lamborghini. I could turn around and sell it for $100 grand or $150 grand, $200 grand. I'll come up with $10,000. I think everyone on this call could find a way to come up with 10 grand for a Lamborghini today. How would you come up with 10 grand? I don't know, but you would, because you understand the value. But here's what I'm telling you. People won't even want to spend $6 on something they don't think will work for them, on something that they don't know really what it is. So first we got to understand the value of what we're getting, and then $600 is not a lot of money. $1,299 is not a lot of money when they know what they're getting. So we don't talk about the cost. We talk about the value, and to understand the value, we get them on the webinar, then we move them to a Kayani presentation at a whole meeting or on a webinar. It's all about building value. Wealthy people focus on value, not cost. Most people are not wealthy, and they're going to judge it by the cost, even though the value of the product alone is worth more than it costs to get in. You know, the cost that they pay for the product, they're actually getting way more product than they even paid for. So there's the value there, but people got to know that. So this is the actual system. Here it is. And Matt's going to go over it in detail, the language. Peak, webinar, edify, three-way. Peak interest, get them on the webinar. Edify your business partner, your upline. Don't call them your upline. Call them your business partner. Peak, webinar, edify, and then three-way call. When you pique interest and they have questions, say, that's a great question. You're obviously interested. When can I get you this information? When do you have 25 minutes to take a look at this? Matt Byers is going to go over all that language. And then we're going to send them the info. You know, we're going to ask when they have time to take a look at it. Don't be the deal. Be the messenger. Don't be the explainer. Be the messenger. It's all about getting them to like it just as much as it is about getting them to believe they can do it. And if you're the best explainer and you can answer all their questions and you know all the information, they might join, but they might not, because they won't believe they can do it because they don't have all the answers and information, and maybe they're not going to believe that they can learn everything and be like you. So you're better off just piquing interest, passing off their objections to your upline, and utilizing your upline. That's part of the system. If you're the best explainer, they're not going to believe they can do it. You know, you don't want to be the expert or the explainer. They don't respect you in this business. You know, the most successful people in the world could join this, and their friends and family won't respect them in this business because they know they're new in this business. Even if you know, Michael Jordan joined my team, he would still have to follow the system and edify me as his upline, because everybody knows that he's a basketball expert, not a network marketing expert. Why would you want someone who's only been in this for 3 days to answer your questions? Anybody smart wouldn't. So you got to say, look, I've only been doing this 3 days. Let me put you on the phone with my business partner. He can answer all your questions. That is what's duplicatable. And I'll get into that in a minute. So it happens to everyone. You know, people don't respect you. Follow the system. Edify your upline. You know, they have to like it and say to themselves, wow, I could do that. I could send out text messages or ask my friend, you know, if they're open to take a look at some information, then have them get on an app or, you know, watch the webinar, put someone on the phone. Wow, this can work for me. That's what they got to be thinking. Okay, as we move through this. Now, I promised you I'd tell you how to build your VIP 20. This is important. Who goes on your VIP 20? Well, new people have all kinds of different ideas of who goes on their VIP 20. So let me tell you how I built my VIP 20, which is what helped me recruit the first 11 people in a row that I talked to, and recruit 15 people so far in the business in my first month and a half. The first people you put on your VIP 20, that we're going to contact first are those who you can influence into the business, no questions asked. They're going to be in because you're in. Just because you're you, because they look up to you. They're your best friend. They're your little sister. They're your current business partner. You do every business together. They're in because you're in. No explanation. Matt Byers was number one on my list because we're such close friends, and I know he has such a respect for me in network marketing that if I told him, dude, I'm doing this, that he'd be like, cool, I'm in. Of course, he'd be number one on my list. That's my first person on my team. Boom. Haven't done anything yet. I already got somebody on my team. No presentation necessary. Bam, I got my first rep. They're in because you're in. You're going to call them and close them with confident language and sign them up. The first goal is to close some apps. You're going to put some applications in the system. We're going to sign some people up. We don't beat around the bush. We don't say, hey, what's up? Let's get lunch, and then try to spring it on them. We call them. We go straight to it. This is what I'm doing. Give me your credit card number. I'm signing you up. Those are the first people we put on our list. That is going to, depending on your influence or credibility, that's going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4, for me, 6 people that I was able to just sign up based on my credibility. Maybe it's 1 or 2. Doesn't matter. You've already got a couple people in your holding tank now. Chad's going to show you how to get those people, how to work your holding tank. But now you got some people in your holding tank, and you can leverage the next group of people that are on your VIP 20 into the business. What does that mean? You can call your mom and say, Mom, I've already got 2 people joining me in this thing. I can put them under you. I want you to take my top spot. I love you. I want to build you a team. I don't care whether you do this or not. I don't care whether you do anything or not. I already got people to put under you. I'm going to build it for you. You just got to be in at the top. That's how I got in my sister and my mom and a couple other people. Just my other best friend from high school. Just based on saying, look, I got people already going in. I can put you in above them. I don't care whether you do this or not. I just want you at the top because this is a willable, sellable, and transferable business, and you'll own the equity that business is building underneath you. So second, we put the people on our list that we care about helping. So once we got some people in the business that we just signed them up because they're in because you're in, now we can go to those people we care about. They can be silent partners. They can just override the equity. We're going to build them 60% of their business by building them one huge leg. And we can go back later and build their second leg or third leg and get our moms promoted to diamond and blue and green diamond like David Nieves did. Like Angel did. We can go back later and build those businesses later. So, second, we put on the list of people we care about. You just want them to be at the top because you know how big this is going to be. You know how valuable those positions are going to be. You don't want them to miss out. We leverage the first few apps to get our loved ones in at the top. Now, that's what took me from 6 apps to 8 apps, 9 to 9 apps. Now I got 9 people in my holding tank. Now I can call my real sharks, my real sales guys, my leaders, my winners, my players, my hustlers, my champions, my sharks, my competitive, hardworking, money-motivated, working, building entrepreneurs. The people who if they did this, they would blow this up. The people who, if you went into war with, they would be your generals. The sharks build the business. The sharks are the line drivers. The sharks love to sell and don't mind selling. Sharks just they want something they can believe in, and then they'll go sell it. Sharks don't want to get left behind. And when you call your sharks and say, hey, I've already got 9 people signed up, I can put a bunch of them underneath you if you just get in. I don't want to leave you behind. They're going to be in. And that's what took me in my first 2 days from 9 to 11. And then from 11 to 15. That's how I went Pearl by myself before anyone had even recruited anybody yet in my first 2 days. So that's how you build a VIP 20. And you tell the sharks how you're already on your way. This is already working for you, and you've already got a handful of people on your team, and you don't want to leave them behind. Now, after the VIP 20, we go through that VIP 20 in our first 3 days and get you to Jade, get you to Pearl, in your first 3 days. Next, we're going to drive to sapphire by helping people become pearls. And we're going to go after the long list. A long list. Just remember, this is relationship marketing. And if you've got a list of 100 people, more than likely, person number 21 through 100 are people that maybe you haven't talked to in a while. Maybe you don't even know very well. Maybe they're barely an acquaintance at work. Maybe it's just some sharp, really sharp guy you remember meeting at a Christmas party 2 years ago. So you got your long list. Here's what I'll tell you. If you don't go jade in your first week, you need to get on a strict diet of John C. Maxwell. Write that author's name down, John C. Maxwell, and I'll recommend you some really good books that help you in relationship building and communicating with people and connecting with people, because this is a relationship marketing business, not a sales business. It's relationship marketing. We're not going to solicit the people on our list. Person number 21 through 100, we got to reconnect with them. We got to rebuild the relationship with them. You haven't talked to them in 2 years, we got to say, hey, what's up? What's going on? How's it going? Not just blast them about the business. They're going to be thinking, I haven't talked to this guy in 2 years. What's he trying to sell me? So we reconnect with people and be a human, not a salesperson. So build your big list. Connect with people on your list. You know, don't be like a nuclear power plant disconnected from the grid. You want to connect with people. It's all about connecting. You know, they're going to join because of you, then the business. The business is great, but they want to know that you care about them. You're not trying to just sell them and get them into something and make money off of them. They're going to have to know that you care about them, so that might take some rekindling of a relationship if it's been a while. You know, they're not going to be open-minded to how good this is if they don't feel like you value them. So, attack your list thoughtfully and strategically. Your VIP list, we can just send out text messages, be super straightforward, super direct, close some apps, get some people in, go to Jade, go to Pearl, go to Sapphire off your VIP 20, but your long list might take your first month to reconnect with people before we can even prospect them. Mr. Matt Byers is going to go over a really good indirect approach for the people on your long list. Now, we want to reconnect with maybe 10 to 20 people per day and get back to them a week later. Get back to them 3 weeks later. Have a conversation with them over a month or two period of time where you're connecting with them, being a human, not a salesperson, until they ask you, what are you doing? What's new with you? What are you up to lately? Now you have permission to recruit them. Don't solicit everybody on your 356-person list on Facebook. Connect with people so that they ask you what you're up to. You know, whoever's on the phone their first month the most wins. Texting or calling. The reason I've been having such high numbers is because I've been connecting with people. Because I've spent 9 years learning how to connect with people. So, you're brand new at this. That's okay. Take it from me. Stick with your VIP 20 and be direct and be bold. Anyone can get into their VIP 20 with texts and get 3 people real quick. But it's going to take time to develop these skills of connecting and relationship skills. And you're going to build that influence and credibility over time. But we can go right after our VIP 20 right away with text messages. But imagine how powerful you'll be once you have these skills. So, we want to be duplicatable. Last couple topics here, you guys. We want to be duplicatable. It's not about being great or being special. It's about learning these strategies from someone who knows them, then using them to build your team. You know, you guys should be more successful than me in this because you have me helping you. Plus, you don't have 9 years of bad habits to relearn. You don't have 9 years of doing it a certain way and then have to unlearn it and relearn it in a whole new way. I'm having to relearn a whole new system. But the best part is, I understand the fundamentals. I have 100% faith and belief that this works because I already know it works. Because this business already built me a multi-million-dollar business that retired me by age 30. So I have unwavering confidence and attitude that this works, and that's how I approach the marketplace while I'm learning this new system. That's how I went Pearl in my first 2 days. When you learn these team fusion strategies, you can use it to build a team and then teach it to others so they can build a team. When you get good at teaching it and communicating it, so you don't sound salesy, you don't sound pushy, but you just explain it to people so they understand and you connect with them and you're having a conversation with them that opens them up to new ideas that they hadn't thought of before, they're going to want to join. That's where you want to get to. Mastery is about doing it in a way that they don't feel like they got sold. It's about relating to them and saying things that press their hot buttons and painting a picture according to what they want so they feel like they recruited themselves. That's how they take ownership of the decision. That's high level sapphire and above stuff, supporting your team stuff, leadership stuff. But hey, everybody on this call is going to be a sapphire eventually anyways. So, you're going to be sapphire real soon. So when's the best time to get prepared? Might as well. So might as well start getting prepared right now. How long do you want to build tomorrow's business with yesterday's skills? Right? Obviously, first we want to get people in. Then we want to learn to get people in and actually have them really want to do it. Then we're going to learn how to get people in and make them think it was their own idea. So as we wrap this up, we're going to treat this like a business. This is a business. It's just a new business to you, perhaps. Right? So it's all about understanding that just because you paid $1,200 to get in doesn't mean it only has $1,200 potential. In a business, you are responsible to make money. The reason you start a business is to make money. That's why we're here. You are responsible to make money, and we're going to hold you accountable to that. Your first priority is to make your initial investment back and become profitable. We can do that by hitting Jade in your first 30 days. That's a must. This is a business. Why would anyone follow you in business if you've been doing this for 90 days and you haven't made any money yet? So your first 30 days does matter. And we're going to follow the system and make money. That's why we make a big list. To guarantee our results without having to be emotional about who likes it, about who doesn't, about who wants to join and who doesn't. We make a big list and just go through the list. Because you treat it like a business, you want to learn the skills. Anything you can make good money at takes time to learn how it's done. If you just go to the gym and bang around at the gym, you might get some benefits. You're going to get good blood flow, you can break a sweat, but you also might get injured. You might get injured. That's why it's worth it to invest in a trainer, a coach, a mentor, to show you where the advantages are so that you don't, number one, you don't get hurt. But number two, so you can learn where the advantages are so you can speed up your results. That's what this training is about. That's why you want to take notes. That's why you want to re-listen to it again. And that's why you want to work with your upline every day to make sure you're doing everything right and saying everything right with everybody from the beginning. You can create your own paycheck once you learn these skills. That's why I flew to Rome to get the training, to learn the skills. That's why I flew to Dallas to get the training, to do everything right. That's why I drove to Dallas with 21 people last weekend to get the training, and so that they can see what I saw to get them trained up like me so we can all be doing everything right. I don't want to waste one day building tomorrow's business with yesterday's skills. I don't want one person to slip through my business because I could not adapt to this new system, because I was trying to change it to what I was comfortable with. That's stupid, right? That's why I love this business so much, because it works for anybody who adjusts themselves to follow our system. Once you have these skills, you can reverse engineer your paycheck based on the compensation plan and go out and use this system to create exactly what you want. You want to use this system to fill the pipeline with so many people that it's like dumping a bucket of quarters in that big funnel thing at the mall, and all the quarters are spinning around until they all just start falling in the bottom. You don't want to just put one quarter in at a time. You want to dump a whole bucket full of quarters all at once, and there's so many quarters spinning around, you can't even focus on one of them at a time. You just got all these things going. And then when they start falling out the bottom, that's who we start working with. Every dollar we make is because somebody's life is being impacted by our product. We love this business because every day we're waking up saying to ourselves, who's the lucky son of a gun that gets to meet me today? Lastly, you guys, use your upline support tree. If you have a question, call your upline Jade. If your Jade's not available or doesn't have the answer, then you call your upline Pearl. If your Pearl's not available, maybe you don't even have a Pearl, you call your upline Sapphire. If your Sapphire's not available or doesn't know the answer, then you call your upline Ruby. And then Emerald, Diamond, and so forth. Imagine when you're a Ruby and have 50 people on your team and everybody's calling you with all their questions all day. That means you're not training any leaders in your downline. We want to train leaders, and if your downline leaders don't have the answers, then of course the upline will pick up the phone and answer the questions. We want to make sure everybody gets supported, everybody gets their questions answered, everybody knows exactly what to do, but we have to follow the upline support tree. Just remember, leaders build organizations, and builders lead organizations. The builders are the ones that are leading, and the leaders are the ones that's building. Our mission, you guys, is to impact 1 million lives by 2018. If you follow the training that Matt Byers is about to go over right now, guaranteed it's going to happen for you. Our motto is no one gets left behind. But that means you got to call us. You got to call your upline when you have a question. You got to call your upline when you're not sure what to do. If you're not calling your upline, we're just assuming you're not doing anything. Because if you're not doing anything, you're not having questions. But if you're out there doing stuff, you're going to run into questions, and then you're going to be calling us. But I'm going to work with the people that are calling me the most. And when you're a leader, you're going to be working with the people that are calling you the most, not with trying to, drive around town and try to motivate people. So we're looking for people that are already motivated, that want our help, and want to be coachable, and are willing to play the game. That are coachable and are willing to play the game. So take massive action. Stick with your warm market. Follow the system that Matt and Chad are going to be able to go over right now online. And be excited. Move fast. And don't get hung up on people on your list. Just keep moving to the next person on your list. Go through your entire list fast. All that matters is getting people off the list. And I'm going to give this webinar back to Mr. Matt Byers, 40-day Ruby in the company. And I guarantee you, when you have somebody pop Ruby in your team in 40 days, you're going to be fired up. And when you watch somebody hit Ruby in 40 days and you have a little bit of a part to play in that, you're going to feel good. You're going to love this business even more because you're impacting other people's lives. And when you help somebody walk away from corporate America because they go Ruby in 40 days, you're going to be able to take that to the grave and feel good about it because you're impacting other people's lives, not just with the product, but with the compensation plan. And this guy is killing it. This guy's blowing it up. Heck, he might even hit Emerald before me. I don't know, but I'm going to race him for it. I'm going to help him try to hit Emerald before me, but I'm going to be trying to do it also myself. And I'm going to help him do it before me while I'm competing with him to see if he does it before me. But I'm going to be helping him do it before me. And that's the way this business is. And it's so fun, you guys. We're having so much fun. I'm going to give the call back to Mr. Matt Byers.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Charles. That was an incredible mindset training. I am just so blessed. I feel so lucky that Charles sat me down and went to Rome and evaluated this company. And I'm just so thankful for David Neves, who went out there and led the charge and was able to show Charles what could be done in network marketing. And when I sat down with Charles, he called me a few times, and I was, kind of ignoring his calls, and something just told me to answer his call, and he met up with me. Charles is definitely the reason why I left a 3-year career in my last company, 400 distributors that I was able to build up, and I left that all as well. And the reason is just because Charles said there's a company that's been around for 8 years. They have an 8-year track record, but it's in a reverse launch, and the U.S. is just wide open, and it was just going to be him and I. And it's just incredible that within my first month, I've been able to triple in residual income what took me 3 years to do in my last company. This compensation plan is absolutely amazing. It is absolutely incredible. And all I did was follow the system. And he motivated me to get his top spot. And I didn't really take it too seriously at first, but they just started to blow up. And they paid really quick. And so I'm just so excited. I see people in my team winning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the exact information that's going to teach you exactly how to have success. This is it, guys. So you can see the screen here now. These are just a few tips that we're going to have for you. This is laid out for you, okay? So first off, I did run into a couple pitfalls when I first started because we were just figuring it out. But this is what we've learned, and this is what's helped Charles and I get to Ruby in 30 days and 40 days, respectively. Number one, know your audience. Know who you're texting in relation to yourself. Now, do they look up to you? If so, VIP 20, you want to use your influence, get them into the business, and get a win under your belt. Do you look up to them? Are these guys multimillionaires? Are they doctors? Are they business owners? If so, if you're asking them if they want to make extra money, they're going to be thinking in their head, how the heck is he going to teach me how to make extra money? So if they're a multimillionaire, you want to say, hey, I respect what you've done in your professional career, and I would just be honored if you give me your professional opinion. Maybe gives you some referrals. I'm just getting started in business, and I would just be honored. And of course, they're going to do that, but you just got to know who you're talking to. So are they on the same level as you? All right, so just always relate your text to them. We're going to go over that here in a second. When was the last time you spoke to them, by the way? Was it a year ago? Was it a month ago? Was it 5 years ago? Was it back in high school? Was it last week? Will they even respond to your text? Do they even know who you are? Are you just sending links to them and you haven't talked to them in 12 years? Okay, so just make sure that if you haven't talked to them for a while, you probably want to start up a conversation, rekindle their relationship, get to know them a little bit, okay? Don't just bombard them with the text, all right? Now, number two, this is important, okay? We're not trying to dump info on people, and we're not soliciting them. All we're doing is we're trying to find out if they're open to checking out some information. That is it. Very simple. Okay, number three, make sure you follow the scripts. Just find the ones that fit well with you relative to who you're talking to. Just know, your language probably won't work. Ours is proven to work. You should try it out. Number four, be you, but be you with our proven language and our proven system. Okay, the system works. And I'm going to tell you an acronym that system stands for. It's saving yourself time, energy, and money. Okay, so just follow the system. It works. There's 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds making $30,000 per month with no business experience because they follow the system. Number five, do not just send out links. Very, very important. Them on the other end is going to be thinking, what the heck is this? I'm not clicking on that. Is this a virus? Is my phone going to get infected? Right, so we'll show you how to do it right here in a second. Number six, we only send out links once we know they're going to watch it and we have them committed to time. That would be my number one pitfall when I first started. I did not get the time commitment down, and I would just send it to them, and then I'd be chasing them. And they just love to string you along and get the attention, and they're just thinking, if his opportunity is so good, why is he chasing me? So this is probably the most important. Number six, we only send out the links once we know when they're going to watch it and we have them committed to this time. Number seven, if you have a screenshot app on your phone, you can get help from us. You can get help from your upline on what to say and the good verbiage to respond to people. Okay, so like I was saying, like Charles was saying, if you're being active and doing work, contacting people, you should be contacting your upline 20 times per day. We want to help you say the things right. We want to help you say the things that get results. We want to help you say the things that are the most effective. Part of the system is to use your upline. Utilize us as much as possible until you become the upline, until you can teach it. Does that make sense? Very, very important. So, customer approach. There's a few different approaches that we're going to go into. The first is leading with having someone try the product. Here's the main thing that I want to go into though. The customer approach should be used as a fallback. You should be leading with the business, falling back on customers. Charles and I did not put in 100 apps our first month leading with the customer approach. We led with the business, sold the top spot, talked about pre-launch, and how this team, Team Fusion, put in 47,000 business partners in 15 months. And we're going to do it again because we have an amazing training system, okay? So here it is. The main thing here is that the product sample approach works. It's just that it works slower. You're looking at a 10-day window, 10 to 15 days before you're even going to get a rep. Okay? So this is not why we joined Team Fusion. Understand this. They have great products, Keanu does. They've been effective for 8 years. So how come only in the last 17 months has the team put in 47,000 distributors? How come no one else put in 47,000 reps in Keanu before that? That makes, in Team Fusion, this team, the fastest growing team inside the fastest growing company in the world in the industry of network marketing. So the direct approach that we're going to teach you is what put in 47,000 reps in 17 months and broke all the records in MLM. And it's why Charles and I joined, because of the webinar and because of the app. So this business is more about leadership than sales. People want to follow strength, period. It's just the way it works. So you want to make sure you're confident, and you want to make sure you have strength of language, and you want to make sure that you're bold. So the bottom line is that when you use this approach, the product sampler approach, we're no different than any other product company out there, except that our products work very well. So anyone who has been in a product company before, this is what they'll be thinking. I'm not interested. These things never worked for me before. This is no different. I don't want to do what he's doing and just give out samples to people. Tried it before. Anyone sick? Go ahead and give them the product, guys. This works absolutely amazing. Individuals with cancer or in remission from cancer, fibromyalgia, arthritis, diabetes, the list goes on and on. We want to help them. Initially, I was just in it for the compensation plan, but I'm absolutely touched by a few individuals I've seen this product have a dramatic effect on their lives. One woman in general named Frances came out to a meeting at around 8 o'clock. She said that she wouldn't be able to come out because she has osteoporosis and she's extremely fatigued. And because of the sunrise, the nitro, and the sunset synergy, she has as much energy she's ever had in her lifetime. Right? So someone like that, yes, I gave her the product first to try out. Okay, but just because you're afraid to be bold and direct, don't just go around giving people samples. The reality is the sample approach, it takes 7 days to try it. You got to follow up on the 9th day, the 10th day, so that they can go a day or two without having the product and they realize, wow, how effective this product is and how good it is and how great they felt. But then after that, you got to get into a home meeting, which is a private business reception, a PBR, and that's a day or two later, and that's 15 days before you join. You'd be lucky to go 2 levels deep in a month. Using the direct approach, that's what's more effective. That gets better results, and that lets you go 15 levels deep in your first month. The best way to give out product samples is to use the direct approach. Get them on the webinar, get them on a 3-way call, get them to a private business reception, a home meeting, and then if they still need to try the product before they're ready to make a decision and they want to believe in the product first, then you go ahead and give them the product. Say, great, perfect, wonderful. Give them the samples, and then they'll be in. When you give someone the product, 7 days, here's what I want you guys to understand. Some people don't like to have, someone selling them. So you don't want to take an aggressive approach. So here's what I like to do. If I'm going to give someone a 7-day sample, I'm going to ask them if it's okay if I text them the next day, and I'm going to ask them how it tastes. So I'm going to say, hey, is it okay if I text you tomorrow to see how it tastes? So when you text them the next day and you text them, hey, how does it taste? And they say, oh, it tastes great. Guess what? Now you know they're taking it. That's a non-aggressive approach without asking them, hey, are you taking it? Now, if they forget, they're going to say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I totally forgot. I'll definitely take it tomorrow. And then I'm going to say, hey, no worries. I understand you get busy. I'll text you tomorrow and I'll see how it tastes. Okay, but just make sure that you have written down when you gave it to them so that you can precisely follow up with them 2 days after so they can come down off that good feeling from the product. And that's how they're going to believe in the product. All right, next, Team Fusion system. This is very, very important. Understand this. Understand it very well. What we're going to do first, we're just going to find out if they're even open to evaluating some info. Here's some examples of language that people have used to get great results. Very, very important. I'm going to read this 2 times, and I'm going to read it slow. And I would recommend taking a screenshot of this or picture so that you can input it into your notepad so you could copy, paste it, and send it. I just learned about a group of people who have created 6-figure incomes just by using a mobile app you can download from iTunes or Google Play Store. I think I can still get you in on this. Want to check it out? Question mark. I just learned about a group of people who have created six-figure incomes just by using a mobile app you can download from iTunes or the Google Play Store. I think I can still get you in on this. Do you want to check it out? Next. I found a way to earn income around my full-time work schedule and family time by using an app you can download from iTunes or the Google Play Store. If I sent you some info, would you check it out? I found a way to earn income around my full-time work schedule and family time by using an app you can download from iTunes or the Google Play Store. If I sent you some info, would you check it out? Moving on. I got lucky and met a group of entrepreneurs that are expanding a $250 million nutraceutical company by using an app they created that you can download on iTunes or Google Play Store. If I sent you some info, would you check it out? I got lucky and met a group of entrepreneurs that are expanding a $250 million nutraceutical company by using an app they created that you can download on iTunes or Google Play Store. If I sent you some info, would you check it out? Next, I just started a new business venture I think you'll be very interested in. If I were to send you info, would you check it out? That's one of my favorites. Just getting right down to the point. It's just a direct approach. We're just being direct with them. We're not beating around the bush here. I just started a new business venture I think you'd be very interested in. If I were to send you some info, would you check it out? Question mark. Okay? Moving on. You remember how you were telling me, insert what they wanted. So this is based on a previous conversation you had with them. You're close to these individuals. You know what they want. You know their desires. You know their passions. And you know what motivates them. So I think I found a way to get it. You really need to take a look at this. If I sent you some information, would you check it out? Okay, so here's an example. Hey, you remember how you were telling me you really wanted to get an Audi R8 and drive around the city on a Sunday afternoon down by the beach and just having fun? Hey, I think I found a way that you can actually get that. You really need to take a look at this. If I sent you some information, would you check it out? Okay, you're getting the gist here, right? If I were to do something, would you do something for me? Okay, it works really powerful. I have a new business venture. This is next. I have a new business venture I think you'd be interested in. I know you're super savvy, so I wanted you to check it out. Are you open to multiple streams of income? So this works really well with professionals. Say someone's a professional sales rep, making 100K. Say someone owns their own business. Say someone is a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer. Someone that's savvy, right? Someone that likes to invent things, right? Just, hey, I have a new business venture I think you've been interested in. I know you're super savvy, so I wanted you to check it out. Are you open to multiple streams or sources of income? Okay, next. If I found a way to make some big money, would you want to know about it, right? This is for your sharks, money motivated individuals that are line drivers. Hey, if I found a way to make some big money, would you want to know about it? What do you think people are going to say? No. Right? So very, very simple there. Now, this works really well. I use this with individuals that I knew had network marketing experience. So I just, went straight to the point with them, right? They already have experience. They know this industry. You don't want to beat around the bush here. Hey, I wanted to see if you had one last run in you in network marketing. And then I would cast a little bit of vision about ground floor opportunity that we're expanding here in San Diego. Just wanted to see if you had one last run in you in network marketing. This maybe they actually quit. They stopped, pursuing the industry. I worked in this industry for 3 years. And I built up a team of 400 people that I left. But I went and got a sales job. And it was really deflating on me getting a job because I don't like having a boss. But I was out of network marketing. I was totally out. And then Charles called me. And when I saw Kiani, yeah, I had one last run in me. And it's just incredible, right? So some people, it's all about timing, right? So here's the next one. If I found a way to make a few thousand per month without jeopardizing what you're currently doing by using an app on a smartphone, would you want to know about it? I really like this one. Hey, if I found a way to make a few thousand per month without jeopardizing what you're currently doing by using an app on a smartphone, would you want to know about it? Last. This is a good one. Hey, check this out. You've known me for a long time. Look, I gotta tell you, I just took a look at a business and I totally thought of you. You know I wouldn't be getting into something that's a waste of time, and you know I wouldn't waste your time with something that's not legit. You really, really need to take a look at this. Emphasize really. If it's not for you, hey, that's totally fine, but you know me, I'm telling you this will blow you away and you need to evaluate it for yourself. If I sent you some info, would you take a look at it? Notice, at the end of all of these approaches, if I sent you some info, would you take a look at it? You're going to get a positive response 90% of the time. You're just finding out if they're open, and you're finding out they're open to looking at information. You're not going to be dumping info on them. Remember the tip, okay? So, no, we know they're open to checking out some info. So if they say yes, I'm open to getting some info, send it over. What do we do next? Very simple, but this part is very, very important. Very important. If you get this right, use the right language. See, Team Fusion put in 47,000 distributors in 17 months because of this right here. If you do this right, they'll watch the webinar. If you don't do this right, you'll be chasing them, and they'll be leading you around, loving the attention, until they just get annoyed. They're going to blow you off thinking, if it's so good, why does he keep bugging me about it? So here it is. Here's what we do next, okay? So if I were to send you some info, would you check it out? Yes. Great. Do you have 25 minutes right now to watch a quick webinar? Most of the time, they're busy. But if they say yes, perfect. Send the link. Simple. If no, okay, this part's important. Don't miss this. I'm telling you this, guys. You got to ask this question. If they say no, I'm busy, I'm at work. You ask them, cool. When will you have time to watch it? They're going to give you a time. If they say 8 p.m., so you're telling me 8 p.m. tonight, you'll be able to watch it for 25 minutes in front of a computer with no distractions? You're building value for it. Okay, so here, we're going to stress how important it is, and we're going to send the link only at the confirmed time. So they tell you 8 o'clock, don't send it to them right away. Wait till 8 o'clock. If you send the link right away, like in the morning, when they say they can watch it at 8 p.m. that night, it's just going to get buried under 20, 30, 40 other texts. They're just going to forget about it, and now you're chasing them. That's the last thing that you want to do is chase. Always, 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 did I say always, get the time commitment before sending exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Always, always, always get the time commitment before sending, or else you're going to be chasing them. That builds the value for this webinar. Okay, so that's very, very important. Always get the time commitment. What are we going to do after we get the time commitment? We're going to send them the link. You just send them the link. Now we're going to go ahead and then follow up with them immediately after. So obviously we're going to follow up with them. And yes, we're going to follow up with them immediately after because you want to strike while the iron's hot. You don't want to let a day or two go by because then they're going to forget about it. They're not even going to know what they watched. They're not going to remember none of the info. And you're going to be chasing them again. So the last thing you want to do is let a day or two go by. Follow up with them immediately after they watch it. They're either going to be what we call, we have categorized everyone into what we call apples. We have red apples, meaning they're ready to go. Green apples, they have questions. And we all know what rotten apples are. So understand this too. We do not sell. We sort. Selling is draining. Sorting is fun. And this business is a lot of fun if you just sort and you go through the numbers and you don't sell people. So here's what you say after they watch the webinar, which it does alert you. It'll say, Joe has finished watching the webinar. Here's what I like to do. I like to cast vision. I say, what'd you like most? That was crazy, huh? Man, I got to put you on the phone with the leader I'm working with. This is literally a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Do a three-way call, right? That's the system. Do a three-way call. Do a three-way call with your mentor. The individuals that do three-way calls with me, the individuals are doing the most three-way calls are making the most money. Plain and simple. We can get someone to the next step. We can answer their questions. We can cast vision. Always do the three-way call. Okay? Unless they're just red apples and they're just ready to come out. They're like, yeah, I can come out. They're just get them to a home meeting or get them to a two-on-one. If they're not available to do a three-way call, set up a three-way call that works for them. Set it up for the next day. Let them know that your mentor is busy, but he said that he would work with me. Get that time on the books. Okay, so red apples, they're going to be easy to get to a home meeting or a two-on-one or a three-way call with your upline. Okay, green apples, you'll probably have to get them on a three-way call in order to move them to a home meeting. All right, you may want to have them download the app. The app's going to answer all their questions. Remember, Charles mentioned this. You are not the expert. The app does all the presenting for you. The app gives them all the information they need, not you. Okay? And that's what's going to get them enrolled. Because when we ask them if they can send a webinar and copy paste, and if they could copy paste a link and they could put someone on the phone with us, they're going to be like, yeah, I could do that. And I say, great, you're going to make a lot of money doing this. And they're like, wow. And they have an aha moment and they realize how different this company is. But bottom line is, we have to get them to a home meeting so they can watch people sign up and they can make their decision and they can validate the decision that they already had in their mind anyway. Very important. Now, in the intro, before they show up to that home meeting, I like just have them download the app or 2-on-1. Like if you set a 2-on-1 for the next day or they're coming to a home meeting tomorrow at 7, have them download the app. They'll watch the different videos, so when they show up to that home meeting, they're already red apples. They may have a few questions, but they're in already. That's going to help you tremendously. Okay, now, edification. Very important. Here's the language on how to set up a three-way call. This is very important, guys. Okay, you have to understand edification. What is edification? It's building the credibility of your business partner who you're going to introduce them to. Imagine you said, hang on, I'll put Bill on the phone. That's different than, hang on, I'll see if I can get you on the phone with Mr. Bill Gates. He's super busy, but I'll see if he would be open to speaking with you. I'm working with him directly. You guys grasp that. See the difference there? First of all, Bill's totally different than Bill Gates. Can you imagine anyone not wanting to talk to Bill Gates? That's funny, right? Everyone's going to talk to Bill Gates. Doesn't matter what they have going on in their life. So, your upline is Bill Gates. Your upline is Oprah Winfrey. Your upline is the Michael Jordan of this industry. But you have to let them know what a big deal they are, because they don't know, because there's no media to build up your upline's credibility. It says uplinks. Sorry for the typo. Your upline's credibility, like there is with Bill Gates or Michael Jordan. The media edifies them, but we have no edification. So you have to build up your partner so they respect your business partner, and then your upline can influence them. But it's a totally different story if you say, Matt wants to talk to you, or if you say, hang on, I'll see if Mr. Byers is open to speaking with you. Grasp that. I'm going to say it again. Hey, Matt wants to talk to you. Or, hang on one second, I'll see if Mr. Byers is open to speaking with you. Can you see that? So I just repeated that again. Very, very important. So you want to say, I'm working with someone who's an expert in the industry. He has all the information. He's an incredible leader. He's super successful, super down to earth. Just say, obviously you're interested. I'll see if I can get you on the phone with him. Okay, now, this is very important. Your upline is edified. Do not ask them if they want to talk to your upline. You're just putting them on the phone. Okay, your upline is edified now. Make sure you don't do that edification while you have your upline on the phone. So you're doing that beforehand. It's super awkward when you say, hey, John, this is my business partner, Mr. Byers. Then you start going to edification mode while Mr. Byers is actually listening. Awkward. So when you're talking to your prospect, you're going into that. You're edifying your upline, and you're not asking if they want to talk to him. You're just saying, hold on one second. Let me go see if he's available after you edify. And then when Mr. Byers or Mr. Rudaball or whoever your upline is comes on the line, then they could just start talking, and they're already edified. So why would you say, do you want to just talk to him? Right? You just gave him a chance to back out. 99% of the people are going to back out. So you want to utilize three-way calls. Don't ask if you want to talk to him. Just put him on the phone. There's a woman that's about to hit Sapphire in her first month that is absolutely amazing at this. And there's a reason why she's about to hit Sapphire, because she utilizes me and she puts me on three-way calls. Okay? So very important, guys. Make sure you're doing that. Now, one of the last things I want to go over here. Events. Very, very important. Events build your business. He or she who gets people to the events makes the most money. They could do more for you than you could ever do. Okay? Events are a call to action. An event is where your prospect will go to validate their decision that they already made to start their business with Keanu and Team Fusion. Events and promoting events is the #1 skill that you need to learn in order to create momentum and duplication in your business. What are events? Here are types of events. PBR, private business reception, aka home meeting. DFY event. This is a weekly event that we're going to be launching January 5th. Conference calls. regional events, 2-on-1s at a coffee shop. These are all types of events. This is really important, guys. I teach my entire team this. After someone watches the webinar and we follow up with them, our job is to book the next appointment. You see here BAMFAM. This is an acronym Mr. Charles Ritterbaugh taught me 2 years ago. And it just literally revolutionized my business. Book a meeting from a meeting. Always set the appointment. What is setting the appointment? You get a time, you get a location, and you get a day. If you don't get an appointment on the books, you're going to be chasing them. You're going to be playing phone tag with them. That's not good. Be a professional. Have your prospect download the app and look at the videos so when they show up, they'll be red apples. Okay? But always book the next appointment. You're always going to try and book for a home meeting. If they can't make that home meeting, don't just say, okay, I'll call you back later and we'll find something out. Ask them, okay, well, when are you going to have available? We can just meet at a coffee shop. What's your schedule look like? If they can't make that home meeting, what about Monday? Yeah, Monday works. Well, I work though. What time do you work? 9 to 5? Great. Why don't we meet at like 6 or 7? Can you do 6 or 7? Yeah, I can do 7. Great. Perfect. What area of town do you live in? Oh, I'm in Chula Vista, but I work in Mission Valley. Cool. Why don't we just meet at Starbucks Hazard Center right in Mission Valley? It's right where you work. You get off at 5. We can meet at like 5:30. Gives you a little time to go from work to the coffee shop. You set that appointment. You see that? You always have that appointment on the books. Always get an appointment on the books, or else you'll be chasing and you're going to lose your prospects. Be a professional. Okay? Now, preventing people from canceling. This is important too. Hey, so I'll meet you tomorrow at 5. I just kind of went over this. Are you working tomorrow? Yes, I am working. Okay, what time do you get off? I get off at 4. Okay, cool. Are you going home? Yeah, I'm going to go home afterwards. Okay, cool. So are you going to be home around 4:30? Yeah, I'll be home at 4:30. Okay, cool. So our meeting's going to be in Chula Vista. That's about 30 minutes drive. So you'll be able to leave your house at 4:30, right? Yeah, I can leave at 4:30. Cool. I actually had another appointment at 5, but I'm going to push them out for you. So you're pretty sure you can make it for sure, right? Perfect. You see that? You kind of dug in a little bit. They're going to start thinking, and if they weren't even planning on meeting you in the first place, they're going to let you know that. And that's going to prevent you from wasting a lot of time. So set the appointment, prevent people from canceling, dig in a little bit, tell someone you pushed a meeting for them, and they won't cancel on you. Okay. I'm just going to go over 2 examples, and then we're going to go into how to use your candy viral, and then we're done. So here's an example of a direct approach. You, hey Mike, how's it going? You got a quick second to text? Wanted to ask you a question. See, you're opening up. That's an intro. Mike, sure, what's up? You, I have a business venture I think you'll be really interested in, and I wanted to see if you'd be open to checking it out. Mike, sure, okay, sure, I'm down. You, great. I'm going to send you a webinar that explains all the details. It's about 25 minutes long, and you'll need to be in front of a computer and take notes. Do you have time to watch it now? Just like we said. Mike, no, I'm at work right now, but I'll have time to watch it later tonight. You, cool. When will you have time? Mike, I should be home around 8 p.m. You, cool. So 8 p.m. you'll be home and in front of a computer where you can take notes? Mike, yeah, I will. You, perfect. I'll send it to you around 8 p.m. tonight, and then we can talk right afterwards. You, at 8 p.m. Hey, Mike, now a good time? It's 8 p.m. Mike, yeah, I'm good. Send the webinar. Username.cannabarrow.com/webinar. I'll call you as soon as it alerts me when you've watched it all the way through. And you just call them after. You do the follow-up that we just went over. Indirect approach. This is one of my favorites, guys. This works especially well on social media and you haven't talked to someone for a while. You want to rekindle the relationship or you want them to peak themselves. So in any conversation, the other person is always going to ask you what? They're always going to ask you, how are you? Right? It's just human nature. Or, what have you been up to? Always sound super excited about your new business, then change the subject. Okay, remember that. Be excited about your new business, change the subject. Here's specific examples of what I did that allowed me to recruit 12 people in 40 days. You. Hey, John, how are you, brother? Long time no talk. What have you been up to? Prospect. Hey, you, I'm doing really well. How have you been? You. I haven't been this good ever! Exclamation point. Been really busy, though, with my new business. It's getting crazy. Anything new with you? How are things at the shop? Change the subjects, right? You notice that. Prospect. That's awesome. What type of business are you doing? Things at the shop are great. Just plugging away as usual. This is important. If they ask you what kind of business, then you know that you have a chance with them and can begin to pique their interest and find out if they are even open to taking a look at your new business. Know how to answer what kind of business. So they're going to ask you, what kind of business are you doing? Me, you. It's where we show people how to create six-figure incomes by promoting a health and nutrition product through their smartphones. Big money potential. Glad you're doing well. Change the subject. Any plans to travel soon? I was thinking of traveling soon. You see that? See how I changed the subject there? Prospect. Wow, that sounds awesome. Congrats. No plans to travel. I can't afford it right now. You. I may be able to get you in on this. Might help you be able to travel soon as well. If I were to send you some info, would you take a look at it? Prospect. Sure. Sounds good to me. Boom. You got yourself a new prospect, and you got yourself an application. And now you're building your business. Now, that's where people have no MLM experience. So for people with no MLM experience, guys, just send them the webinar, okay? The only time we deviate from the system is if you have MLM experience. If you had experience with another company, you've done other companies before. If they have MLM experience, have them download the app and listen to the overview call first. If they have MLM experience, have them download the app and listen to the call first. No webinar. Just send them directly to the app. That's what sets us apart. That's what's impressive that people have industry experience. That's what blew me away. The overview call blows them away. When I listened to it, it blew me away. I couldn't even believe the pitfalls of some of the other companies. And when it explained that to me, I got so excited. I'm like, wow, finally I'm going to get into something that works. I can't believe no one ever thought of this. It's genius. That's why they put in 47,000 apps in 17 months. But that is way too much info and definitely not the way to do it with the average person. Only network marketers. Have them download the app, have them listen to the overview call first. Afterwards, they'll go into it and they'll watch the webinar themselves. Okay, now my portion is done. We're going to end the training with links. We're going to go into how to put in your VIP 20 and what to do to get started. So I'm going to go ahead and pass the line off to literally top 10 recruiter in all of Kiani. This guy is absolutely incredible. Not only did he mentor me, and he's just a hard worker. He's an incredible guy. He did this business part-time, working 12 to 14 hours per day. And he's been able to achieve a credible business. I couldn't think of anyone better to go over this than my friend, Mr. Chad Raber.
Hey guys, how we doing? My name's Chad Raber. Before I get into about myself, guys, I just want to, give it back to Mr. Byers and also Mr. Rudabaugh. I'll tell you what, I'm so humbled, excited, to be able to be on this webinar right now, to be able to share, some phenomenal information with you guys, and also just to be working with, two absolute rock stars with Team Fusion in network marketing. It's just an absolute privilege. So just want to give it back to those guys. They're like family to me, and I just feel so appreciative to be able to learn from them every single day. So guys, as Matt said, my name is Chad Raber. I'm a Pearl with Kiani, and I'm calling you guys out of Marietta, California. And just quick background on myself, just 30 seconds or less. My previous background was actually in sales. I was a regional sales manager with a very large solar company out here in California. And, one thing that I've always strived was to be able to make six figures. And I'll tell you what, it's not really all it's cracked up to be. Even though I was making, over $120,000 a year, doing quite well, but there's always a sacrifice that you pay. And that sacrifice for me, it was time. Literally working 12 to 14, sometimes even 16 hours a day, just to be able to, keep that level of income. And I was able to actually hit the position of Pearl in a short amount of time just by using what I'm going to show you guys here right now. And that's getting into the Kiani Viral. So what I would suggest is if you guys are busy, great. If if you're super busy like I was, you can do this just by doing what I'm going to show you right now. All right. So the first thing you guys want to take a look at is your KianiViral.com. And this is where you're going to do your top 20 to activate your links. So before you get off talking to people, before you go out there and start piquing people's interest, the first thing you guys want to do when you get started is you want to do that top 20 ASAP. That's a must. You got to do the top 20 because you got to have a gas tank to be able to go where you want to go. Alright, and that's what the top 20 is. It's going to allow you to unlock all your links. So the first thing you want to do is go to your Kayani social. You can do the top 20 on your phone. You can do the top 20 on your laptop. Whatever is easier for you, you can do it. Alright, if you're doing it on your app, when you download the app on the iTunes or Google Play or Windows, you just go to Kayani social and you log in. Or I can show it to you right now how to do it on the computer, so I'm going to pull it up right now for you guys. So right now we're going to go to KayaniViral.com. Let me pull it up for you guys. So what you're going to do is you're going to put in your site name. So my name is Chad Rayber, so I put in KayaniViral.com. So just kind of take a look at that, guys, at the URL right there. So it's your site name. Make sure you use yours, don't use mine, or I'm going to get all your prospects. Just kidding. So do site name, your name, KayaniViral.com. Go ahead and enter, and it's going to take you to this page right here. Now, go ahead and pause the video. See where it says member login? I'm circling it right down there with my cursor. You guys see member login? Go ahead and click on that. Now it's going to take you to go ahead and log in there, guys. So here, this is what I absolutely love and I use every single day. Alright, so here you'll see the dashboard. It'll show you how many people you signed up. So what we always go by is 3 and 3. Sign up 3 people one time and get 3 customers per month. Now we're never going to hold you back. If you want to go ahead and get 13 like I did, by all means go ahead. We're not going to hold you back. But that's the thing, you just want to get 3 and then help your 3 get 3. And you're going to help those 3 get 3, and as it goes down. Okay? So that's the dashboard right there. If you go on the left-hand side here where this sidebar is, you can see Team Fusion. Connections. This is where you can enter your top 20. So go ahead and click on Connections. There's a little training video on here as well. Once this video is finished, we'll go and pause that. You can see here, this is where you're going to enter your top 20 right here. So this is where you enter it if you want to do it on the laptop. Now if you want to add a connection, see where it says add connection on the right there? That's where you add a connection. Alright, so you just click on that and put in the person's information. Next thing, guys, is you want to take a look at invite. So here you got, invite landing pages and follow-up emails. The page I use the most is the invite. Here you got some URLs in there, which is awesome. So you have on the product presentation URLs, you can copy paste that into send it out to somebody. Alright, if you want to test it and see exactly what it is, you can test it just to view it. You can see what you're sending somebody. Also you got one here for just push play. You got a business presentation as well. So what I would suggest, guys, is before you start sending things out to people, test them. See exactly what you are sending out. Alright, just makes a lot of sense. I'm not really going to get into the landing pages or the follow-up emails, guys. What's really cool is once somebody watches your webinar, and I'm going to go and share with you what that webinar link is, but it actually will automatically send out follow-up emails to your prospects, which is awesome. And it'll do it for 7 or 8 days, I believe. They'll just keep out sending emails, okay, until they sign up. Also, you got my messages on the left-hand side there. You'll see my calendar. You can actually put in things for your calendar. If you want to, you can click on My Team, so you can see here. If you expand all, and you can click on anybody on your team. You can also see up top right here, as far as their phone number. If you want to reach out to them, it's always great to reach out to your new people. Also, if they never logged on, see, hey, what's going on? I see you haven't logged on yet. Let's see what I can do to help you. You can also see if they did the top 20, so you can help them with that as well. All right. Also on the bottom here, guys, or starting on the left, you can see media library. So there's a lot of great information in there. You got some advanced features, and then you got training. I mean, if you click on that, guys, there's tons of training. One thing I love about this is it's so DFY. It's so done for you. It's just ridiculous. So that's the Kayani social. I'm going to go and get out of there, guys. I'm going to go back to the slides here for a second. All right, so now that's the first one, guys. So that's with Team Fusion. So Kayani Viral is Team Fusion exclusive. Now the next thing is Kayani.net. Alright, so this is the corporate site, and this is where we go to log into your back office. This is where we check to see our promotions, check to see your team stream, and also where we go to change our auto ship to the first. So let me go and pull that up, guys, for you on my and we're going to pull up, same thing guys, it's site name, your site name, .kayani.net. So I'm going to pause it there for a second so you can see this up top, in the URL where it says chadraber.kayani.net. Just make sure, like I said, use your site name, and that's what you created when you signed up. Go ahead and hit enter. Now you guys want to go on the top right there where it says login. Click login. Now it's going to take you here. You're going to log in. Now your distributor number and your password. All right. So if you're brand new, your distributor number was sent to you through an email. Okay. So as soon as you signed up, you should have received an email with your distributor number and then also a temporary password. And then you just go ahead and log in, and you can change that to whatever you want. So I'm going to go and log in to the back office. And the first thing I want to show you guys, we're going to cover in here, we're going to show you how to change the auto ship to the first, and also we are going to show you how to do your holding tank. So here in the top left there, it shows you what position you are, guys. Like I said, I'm a pro in the company, really close to Sapphire. I think I'm only actually a few QB away, so it's pretty exciting stuff, guys. Like I said, doing this ultra part-time as well. Around my schedule, around my kids. You look here, guys, to change your auto ship to the first. This is so important. So when you have a team of 5,000 people on your team, when you have a team of 10,000 people, when you have a team of 20,000 people, when you have a team of 40,000 people on your team, and you want to know exactly when everyone's auto ship's going to hit. So here's where you got to look. This is how you're going to manage your business. So this is the reason why you want to change your auto ship to the first, because guess what? Everything always duplicates in network marketing no matter what. So it's got to be you first. All right. So here you go to auto ship profiles. We'll profile first, and then go down. Go to auto ship profiles. Go and click on that. Alright, so you can see, guys, I signed up, you see where it says 23, so it's day 23. So I signed up on, October 23rd, so that's why it shows day 23. But what did I do? I changed it to the 1st. So I got to lead by example. So you got to go in there, edit it, go on the right-hand side, go to View, Edit, see where the cursor is, View, Edit. You can see exactly how you change it. Alright, you just go Edit, Monthly, change the period to day 1. Right here it is. Schedule information, monthly, ship date. I'm already on the 1st, so I'm not going to change it. So if you were on the 20th, now you want to change yours to the 1st. Really simple stuff, guys. And just make sure you hit save. And if you have any questions about your auto ship, you can always call rep support. I did that. There's some things you need your upline for, and there's some things you don't need your upline for. For that, I just called County Support, the number that's on your launch sheet, and they took care of it for me. All right, no big deal. Next thing, guys, is you want to take a look at your holding tank. So you want to go to Enroll, and then View your holding tank. So my holding tank is currently empty. All right, but here's what happens when you sign up. Say you sign up 3 people this week. You personally sponsor. So this is for only people that you personally sponsor. When you personally sponsor someone, you have 72 hours that they will go into your holding tank. All right. So now you have 72 hours to be able to place that person in your business to where you want to place them. Very simple stuff, guys. Let's say if I had Patty in my business and I want her to go underneath Barrett, let's say, I go and find Barrett's distributor number in my tree, and I put in the distributor number right there, and then go and hit Place Selected Distributor. You hit Confirm, and that's it. So you guys know how to use your holding tank. Also into Kayani.net, as far as the corporate site, you can check your downline reports. Alright, so that's also, you got the downline reports there, guys. You got your volume totals, you got promotions, commissions, when you're getting paid, alright, what your amounts are going to be. Also, you can see what fine countries that Kayani does business in as well. Like I said earlier, you get your distributor number and your password from your email. Also, to find out what countries that will be in, go and click Enroll, Enrollment Form, and select countries. Alright, so this is really cool, guys. I'm going to go ahead and show you this right here. So the webinar link that I send out, alright, is right here. As Matt did a phenomenal job, the approaches and how to text someone. And so now when they say, alright, great, I want to take a look at it. Okay, great. When do you have time? This is the link that you're going to send them. Your site name. So if it was me, alright, it's chadraber.kayaniviral.com/webinar. So I'll go and repeat that. It's Chad Raber, or your site name obviously, .kyaniviral.com/webinar. Now the great thing about that, guys, is I'm going to go back into Kyanie Viral and show you what happens. Alright? And this is the reason why you want to use this link right here. Okay? This is the reason why you want to use this. Because when you go back to your Kyanie Viral, which I already showed you how to log in, you're going to click on prospects. Alright? You click on prospects. So once they watch that link, here's what's really cool. You get an email stating that they registered for the webinar. And then when they complete the webinar, it'll show you that they completed the webinar. You get another email. Alright? So here you can go through all your prospects, guys. So here's what's really cool. You can take a look at, here I can see Al. Alright, cool. He watched 19 minutes of the video. I can give him a call back. Hey man, what happened? Do you not watch the other 20 or the other 10 minutes? What's going on? You want me to resend it? Did it expire? Let me help you out. What's going on? Alright? So here you can see exactly what happened. Okay? Or I just say to him, hey, I saw you watch the webinar. What'd you like most? Alright? I already know he watched some of it. So here you can track as far as your prospects, guys. Here you can see who watched it, who didn't watch it. Here, this person, he watched 32 minutes of the webinar. Follow-up. They always say the fortune is in the follow-up. I mean, I personally sponsored 13 people in the first 30 to 40 days of me being involved in Kyanie, and I was working 14 hours a day. But I can tell you this, if I wouldn't have followed up, I wouldn't have sponsored anyone. So fortune is in the follow-up. So here, I'm not going to go through all this, guys. I mean, I literally had 53 people watch the webinar. So just think about how many you want to have watch the webinar. So it's really cool. You can see if somebody opened up the follow-up emails. So you can tell that they're interested. All right, if they're opening up the follow-up emails, you better be following up with them. Fortune is in the follow-up, guys. So that's how you track that. So that's the webinar link. So once they watch that webinar link, guys, it's all trackable. And that's the great thing about this business. Everything is trackable. Here you got the Spanish webinar. So here it's site name.stoptherock.com/str_webinar_register_sp.php. Alright, so the next one, guys, is a customer website. As Matt mentioned earlier, somebody's interested in the product. Great. Look, you're interested in the product? Cool. Let me send you some information. Alright, let me give you some samples. If you take it, would you take it? Alright, so here it's right here, site name.kyaniviral.com. So instead of webinar, it's /triangle. Really simple. So it's site name, your site name.kyaniviral.com/triangle. And they can buy the products on there, guys. They can watch the webinars. I can actually pull it up really quick for you guys so you can see what it looks like. So it's your site name. Your site name.kyaniviral.com/triangle. And this is what they're going to see. There you go. Boom. So here they can watch the videos, the main video right here. Also, they can watch the other videos on Sunset, Sunrise, and also Nitro Extreme. And then right here they can click on buy as well. Alright? And that's it. Really simple. Next thing, guys, so anyone that has MLM experience, send them to the overview call. Alright? The best thing is, just get them to download the app. Get them to download the app. Alright? So to download the app is Team Fusion app. So here you can see, you can copy and paste. So literally, guys, copy, paste, send. Copy, paste, send. Just get that in your mind. Copy, paste, send. Copy, paste, send this right here. http://teamfusionwebsite.com/mobile app. Send that to their phone. Alright, send that to their smartphone. The cool thing, the reason why you want to use that is because it'll give you a cool little link. It'll actually allow them to click on iTunes. It'll allow them to click on Google Play or Windows. So no matter what device they have, they can download the mobile app. Alright, so teamfusionwebsite.com/mobile app. You copy, paste, send that to them, and they can go ahead and download the app. If you need to just send them the overview call, anyone that has MLM experience, it's also right there as well. You can see site name.stoptherock.com .com/info call. Once again, I'll repeat that, guys. It's your site name .stoptherock.com/info call. Now, the reason why you want them to download the app is because anyone that has any network marketing experience, that app is going to be so impressive. When I first saw that, I mean, I was looking for a system. I was out of the game for over 15, 16 months, and I was looking for a system that I can literally put around my 14-hour-a-day schedule. And I thank God I was able to find it. And that's what this is right here. Okay? It's the system. And that's what you're allowing to benefit and show the benefits of this to other network marketers. So another thing you guys want to do is all these links, be organized. What you want to do is, and what I did was, I'm an iPhone guy, I'm an Apple guy, so everything I have is in my notes. So all these links, all these, everything that I'm going to copy, paste, send to anyone, it's all in my notes, meaning like on my phone. So I can just go in there really quick and just copy, paste, send. Really simple. I can go to the app, copy, paste, send. Just make things really easy for you guys. Just copy, paste, send. Be organized, and it'll really make your life a lot easier. So guys, that concludes my portion. Very hard to be able to share, with you what I was able to learn from using these, from the Kine Viral, Kine Social, and also the websites. And now you want to teach that to your team. Even better yet, guess what? Leverage your time, get them on this webinar. It's much easier to send the webinar than to you sit down and spend 2 hours sharing this information with them, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to our leader. I got so much respect for this gentleman for the last 9 years of what he's been able to accomplish in network marketing. He's leading the charge out here in San Diego. I call him a brother. He's an absolute blessing in my life, guys. He's not just the only one winning. He has so many people winning on his team because he genuinely cares about his team and ensuring the success of this entire market. So without further ado, guys, I would like to bring back up to the webinar top producing Ruby, soon to be Emerald, soon to be Diamond, soon to be Purple Diamond, Mr. Charles Rudabaugh.
Thank you, Mr. Raver. Just going to wrap this up real quick. Powerful, powerful information. Hopefully you guys caught all that. If not, this will be recorded. We will send out the link. You will be able to watch this again. I want to emphasize 2 last things as I finish this up. Number 1 is this. I did not watch any other videos. I did not go to any other websites. I did not do anything else except for what is on this webinar. The training we just went over is everything you need to do to get to Jade and Pearl and Sapphire in your first 2 weeks in the business and Ruby in your first month. Don't go wasting time watching a million videos. If you want more information, if you want to waste time watching a bunch of other videos, ask yourself, is it just because you want to be a really broke know-it-all? Or is it because you're just uncomfortable following the system we laid out, so you want to go ahead and spend time feeling like you're doing something even though you're not being productive? What we need to do is get to work, take action, be productive, and do what this webinar outlines. There is no other information you need. There is no other videos you need. You don't need to go watch a bunch of videos on a bunch of other websites. Everything you need is right here. If you want more information, just re-watch this webinar training. If you want more information, re-watch this webinar training again. That's all you need to do. It's all right here. This literally is everything we are doing to build fast, massive momentum. The more you deviate, the more videos you watch, the more information you go try to find other places, the more you're going to slow yourself down, and the slower your story is, and the more you duplicate the wrong things. So just focus on this information, and this is what is going to make you successful. And last, to wrap this up, guys, expect people to join. Expect good results. Expect people to want to be involved, especially when we follow the system and we follow this approach. People want to be in a home-based business. People want more income. People want more time freedom. People would rather work from home than drive across town in traffic every morning. We just have to approach them in a way that gets them attracted to this, and in a way that they feel like, wow, this is something I could do. And that information is what we just laid out for you right here. This is what put 47,000 people in the business, not a bunch of other website launches and document launches and video launches and video trainings. None of that is what put 47,000 people in the business in 16, 17 months. This information right here is. This information we just laid out for you is how I have over 110 people on my team in my first month and a half. Is how I hit Ruby with a Ruby underneath me in my first 40 days. This is how we're all going to go diamond fast. This is how you're going to go sapphire in your first 30 days. Follow this information right here. Watch this training 2-3 times. Do everything right from the very beginning and explode your success and never look back. 90-day blitz. 2 years to financial freedom. We'll talk to you guys all soon. God bless.